Oh, so here we are. We're at Jordan's place, and Jordan, of course, with cufflinks. And what else are you with here, Jordan?
Well, I'm here with two beautiful examples of the Kiwi upgrades of the Poly 6 and the Juno 106, Tony.
Very true, very true. That is true. But at the same time, I was trying to give you some props there for your stuff. So this is the Poly 6 that I have spent. Now, I got to be honest, I've been very busy last year, some of which I can't really explain to you guys, but all will become clear in time. But I've been very busy with my real life. But in the meantime, Jordan sent me both his Total Sharkbait Juno 106, which I have yet to post the playlist for all that, but now that we can see this machine in all of its majesty, look at that. How about that? You're getting the end of the story before even the beginning, but we'll cover it all. It'll all get backfilled. This was originally a Sharkbait Juno 106, and now it is a glorious and majestic Kiwi 106, restored here on the eve of the Patchworks Synth get-together. And here is Jordan's Poly 6, which he sent to me. And you'll notice this one doesn't actually have the Kiwi overlay, and that's because, take a look at the cosmetic awesomeness of this metalwork. Now, when I see this kind of beautiful metalwork, I'm second guessing about the idea of putting a low overlay on it. Now, the main reason why we put an overlay is to show all the extra functions, but in the Poly 6 upgrade, the Kiwi 106, the Kiwi 6 upgrade, it's actually most about restoring the functionality of the dead board that's been battery acid destroyed, and also adding extra patch functionality, and more importantly adding MIDI to the back end. There's an awful lot in the Poly 6 that's being done in circuitry and not in the microprocessor, so the upgrade can't really get in there and replace it. So the long and the short of all this, my friends, is that we actually don't need the overlay as much as we would on the Kiwi. The Kiwi 106 over here has so many extra functions, we do need an overlay. But over here, no, it's totally good. If the actual machine looks as beautiful as this one, and it does, why would we want to do anything else? I will mention, I did give this a screw lift. And with that's nothing nasty. Don't go thinking that way. The screw lift is just replacing the original screws with some beautiful powder-coated new ones. And if you do that, and by the way, McMaster & Carr, that's the place you want to go to, McMasterandCarr.com. Take a look. These are M3, M4, and M5. I'm giving you the instrumental details right now. The Poly 6 and the Juno, they're all metric because they're made in Japan, right? So these are M3, M4, and M5 bolts. Now, these ones here I think are M3. Don't press me for the details. And these washers are M3 washers. And then the actual bolts that go around the back to hold the back on are M4s, and then the big heavy bolts that hold on the key bed are M5s. And that just means 5 millimeters, 4 millimeters, and 3 millimeters. But anyway, I digress completely with tech details because that's what I do. We have here a gorgeous, not only has it been upgraded, but it's also been supremely calibrated. And as we were just saying before we started recording, wow, Poly 6 sounds so different when it's properly calibrated. So, hey,
indeed.
Jordan, you want to play with this thing?
Yeah. I'm sorry that I'm not the best keyboard player. Maybe we can demo off some patches right here.
Well, yeah, we don't need, we don't have Pack Rat here, but that's okay. I'm so used to Poly 6s sounding big and nasty, which is a good thing, but if that's all they can do, and this is such a musical sounding keyboard now.
So we select the bank first, and then I guess the patch.
That's right, yeah, there are so many extra banks from the original Matrix. Like that at time. And again, we're dealing with VCO here. That's a VCO.
Wow, that's ripping. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love the edge. The Poly 6 definitely has an edge.
Yeah, that's a clean sounding Poly 6. I just played one at a music shop in New York, and it was very noticeably, I had more noise than actual sound.
Yeah, well, there's a couple things, and we'll go over this in Patchworks tomorrow. I might do a little clinic on how to eliminate noise out of your Poly 6. There's a number of secret recipes that Murray shared with me, and I'd be happy to make it clear. I went to town and did a whole bunch of things to eliminate the digital scanning noise that leaks into this keyboard.
This is a unison patch, it sounds like.
Yeah, and again, the Kiwi remembers if it's a unison patch or if it's a poly patch. That's also remembers if it's a sequencer patch. Yeah, that's nice.
Some classic house for you.
That's cool.
Wow, it's so it almost sounds like a. I don't want to say it, but it sounds as clean as a plug-in in terms of there's no noise coming out.
Yes, analog power plug-in cleanliness. How do you like that?
Yeah, that attack is so much faster than I remember initially.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I remember from being like a 14-year-old how awesome the Poly 6 sounded, and then in 2005, 2006, I'm trying to get one on eBay, and they're all broken and they're all shark bait. They've all been left out in Granny's root cellar with the battery eating away. Hardly any of them work anymore, because this was pre Kiwi 6, pre Hyperjet and those guys with their rebuild voice board, pre that. And the only ones, so all of us Poly 6 guys, we were geeking out, remembering how good it sounded, and we couldn't actually find one to listen to. And then, of course, once they started coming back to life, all we could hear were ones that were horrifically out of tune or not so calibrated, or maybe still had mechanical or issues with their circuitry. So it's a real treat to actually see and hear one that's been restored like this.
Yeah, it's amazing. I just dialed in I think it works, a core memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it worked. You want to make that 90s house?
Ah, I like that. Voltage controlled filter. Of course, on the the Poly 6, these are all SSM chips powering this. I spent a lot of time calibrating not only the cutoff frequency and the resonance, but also the key tracking. It's all there. I might do a workshop tomorrow. I don't know. It really depends on how workshop friendly Patchworks is. I don't know.
I think they're pretty workshop friendly. From the past ones I've been to, it seemed like they had some stuff going on.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, I gotta, once again, credit where it's due. Murray from Kiwi Technics has done a fabulous job documenting all this lore in a easy to understand fashion. And if I ever do any workshops, I'll be basically using the Kiwi manual as my guide and then describing what this means in English, sort of thing.
So is this, trying to remember, when I had this unit, it didn't make much sound. So
yeah.
Are these the factory? Are these Kiwi patches?
No, these are Kiwi patches.
Okay, cool.
Murray went to a great amount of trouble to recreate the original factory patches. And then, of course, because he had all these extra banks, he just went and created all these extra tones. So these are not Syntegrator tones, as they would be on the Kiwi 106. These ones here are all Murray, actually. But certainly if I ever close the loop and find the time to put out the Visor Kiwi 6 editor, we could certainly create a nice little patch library and user community for that. So coming soon to a theater near you.
This is beautiful, Tony. Wow.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's caused me enough swearing last night, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, she's all done. And I'm just glad to have it back in action, you know? I mean, ultimately, when I take one of these into the workshop and start taking it apart, the ultimate goal is just to see this. Get back in the trenches making music again.
Well, you'll definitely be hearing both of these, in a lot of our upcoming remixes. So make sure to follow us on SoundCloud and check it out if you want to hear.
All right. Well, and what's that SoundCloud link there, sir?
Oh well, it's soundcloud.com/cufflinks, one word, and links is actually spelled like the cat, so it's CUFFLYNX.
Here, let me show you. It's on the road case.
Of course.
There it is.